Altfunds Global presents Why Banks Hate Construction Loans, the risky secret behind first position liens.
Construction financing, why banks hate it and what newbies don't know. You've got to watch this video.
All of the information presented is for entertainment and information purposes only. Nothing discussed constitutes legal or accounting advice, an offer or solicitation of financial services, or financial advice of any kind. Our goal is to showcase alternative vehicles to raise capital. At no point will we be soliciting any investment programs.
Hi, Taimour Zaman from Altfunds Global. My organization helps accredited investors leverage their assets, their cash, debtors, grants, so on, to access capital the banks are primarily offering to their VIP clients. We can do this because of volume of transactions we do with banks, because of our experience, expertise, and their structured financing. And the capital my clients are getting allows them to grow their business, do project funding, buy auxiliary businesses. So friends, we are working at Altfunds Global. One of the projects we're working on that I thought was very interesting is a real estate development transaction in Texas. I don't need to go into the boring details of it, but I think it's pretty exciting. But here was the problem statement that our client faced and how they engaged us. The problem statement was, Taimour, when we go to local banks in Texas, we can get a loan on line of credit for $2 million, like $2.5 million max. But the project needs $7.5 million. I'm thinking about getting project construction financing. So I need the project, I need the construction financing. Let me go do that first and then figure out the other stuff. But I'm really stuck. Can you give us some advice here? Within Altfunds Global, we're a little bit biased, just a little bit biased. And we love to work with banks, and it's pretty crystal clear on our website. We work with banks. So at the end of the day, I'm like, get a relationship with a bank. And so because I'm biased that way, my issue with the banks that I work with is when the client goes and gets construction financing, what the client may not know is the construction financing guy now gets first position on the project. The construction financing guy gets first position on the project. When the client now has first position, the bank wants to walk away because they don't have control over it. And in a real estate development, there's 50 million things that go wrong. Permits may not come on time. Forest fires, there's 5,000 things that go wrong that gets the bank to be, oh my God, I'm at risk here. My capital's at risk. What happens if there's a delayed payment like that? That's why my advice is don't start with construction financing. My advice is start with a bank that understands your business. And by the way, at Altfunds Global, we work obviously with a lot of banks, so credit unions around the world, and we've got relationships. But I would start with a financial institution that understands your business. I would get that $1 million, $2 million from there first. Then I would switch to a construction financing guy. And the third thing I would do, I would hop off and go and get a family office to help me hit the finish line. Now, there are also bridge lenders that will say, look, as long as you've got an exit plan, an exit buyer that's willing to buy all those properties up, I'll come in and I'll give you the seed funding from here right to the end, and I'll set up a tri-party contract between us, you, and the exit buyer so that everybody's secure. There's so many different creative ways of doing this correctly. My most recommendation is don't start with construction financing first. That construction financing guy gets to have a lien on your property, and the minute you've got a construction financing guy having a lien on your property, I can tell you 9,000 other players will want to walk away because they simply don't have the security they're looking for. My suggestion is to look at those 9,000 other players, and obviously you can retain companies like Altfunds Global to support you in our advisory services. We have specialists who can look at your transaction, look at your options, give you advice that comes from experience, expertise, And then we can arrange, hey, maybe we can bring in a family office, or maybe we can bring a credit union, or maybe we can bring a big bank that would do this type of transaction and allow us to facilitate the transaction for you to hit the home run that you're looking for at the time you're looking to hit the home run at a cost-efficient way, but much more importantly, to keep the dangers, hidden dangers away from you. I hope you found this helpful. My name is Taimour Zaman at Altfunds Global. If you're interested in working with us, please check out our website, altfundsglobal.com, and book a consultation call with us. Thank you so much.
I'm in global commodities trading, so I know about SBLCs, but I didn't know you could monetize it and put it into a trade. And I was YouTubing and Googling, and I saw Taimour, who's the guru in this arena. And the more I dug into it, the more I bought the book, read it, loved everything about it. And then I came here to learn even more in depth from him, and it's everything that he said it was going to be. My impression of AFG is it's beyond anything else out there. I've been to a lot of events, real estate, multifamily, development, acquisitions. This is something different, and alternative funding is something I suggest everybody who's listening should try to learn more about.
Hi friends, I now want to take a minute and answer some of your frequently asked questions. One of the common questions I get a lot is, Taimour, we've learned a lot from you through your YouTube channel. How do we learn more? Can we fly down and meet your team? And the answer to all of that is yes, yes, and yes. But if you want to learn more, my first invitation is to become a member of Altfunds Global. You simply go to our website, altfundsglobal.com. You sign up to become a member for free. You get access to webinars, offshore events that we do, and content that we never, ever, ever, ever publish on YouTube. I promise you that it's worth becoming a member for sure. The second way that you can learn a lot is I'm a published author. Structured Financing, Demystified, Hypergrowth, just multiple books on Amazon that you can get access to. I highly recommend going and checking out some of these books, getting engaged into some of the stuff, that strategies and tactics that we're using for ourselves, for our families, for our friends. You definitely want to check these things out for sure. Another question, I guess, Taimour, why are you so passionate about getting a bank license? Why is that so important? Well, the truth is, our mission within Altfunds Global is to help businesses become self-funded for life. Imagine you run a coffee shop and I run a coffee shop. Imagine we buy the coffee beans from the same grower and my coffee shop is right across yours, like really right across yours. Our competition is probably nil. But if you have a bank license and I don't have a bank license, and let's say I made $500,000 and you made $500,000 in income, but if you have a bank license, you are depositing a bank license with a central bank of the country where you own your own private bank license. Let me repeat this again. You are depositing your money with the central bank of the country you have your bank license on. So $500,000 deposited with the central bank should give you a line of credit of 10 times multiples. So that means you get a line of credit of $5 million. Now, it's not free money, it's a line of credit of $5 million. Now, if you draw that entire money out and you go to whichever country you're currently resonating in, the country you're doing business with, and you know in real estate, you want to buy a house, you put 20% down and you get a loan for 80%, same thing. You put $5 million down with a business plan to your local bank, whoever your bank with, and say, hey, I want to grow my business, my technology business, real estate business, pharmaceutical business, whatever business it is. I'm a venture capitalist. I'm putting $5 million down. Your bank gives you a loan at four times more, so now you get a $20 million loan. Now it's not free money, it's $20 million loan. What can you afford to do with $20 million that I cannot afford to do with $500,000? Could you invest in artificial intelligence? Could you invest in hiring better people? Could you invest in advertising? Hell, with that amount of money, could you even buy auxiliary businesses or invest in auxiliary businesses? I say you can, and that's why we within Altfunds Global are so passionate in helping clients become self-funded for life, and getting a private bank license is one of the vehicles that I am personally very passionate about helping clients on. Another question, I guess, Taimour, you charge a consultation fee. Altfunds Global, the team charges a consultation fee. Why do you charge a consultation fee when you guys can make so much money on the back end? It somehow slows me down from taking a credit card and paying you money for it. Well, here's the truth. We offer our content, millions and millions of dollars worth of content completely for free on YouTube. We don't advertise as of the date of doing this video. We don't advertise on YouTube, Google, or we don't do any kind of advertising at all. And what we find is the volume of traffic that goes into YouTube attracts people that are tire kickers, people that are fraudsters, people that have mental health issues. When we charge a small consultation fee, this deters the hacker, the fraudster, the person who's shopping around, the tire kicker. It eliminates all that and allows me and my team to be on calls or meetings with customers we actually want to do business with. What a concept. Now comes, this is better. At the time of doing a transaction with a client, that fee they pay for a consultation call, we refund it. At the conclusion of us doing a transaction with a client, we refund 100% of all the monies that they paid on consultation fees. This allows us to work with people that are committed to working with us, are serious about working with us, are not tire kickers, are not people that are like, they don't know what banking 101 is, and they're there to waste our time and energy. Just eliminates that. And me and my team are very proud of doing that. Next question, I guess, Taimour, the alternative funding industry overall has a lot of fraudsters in it, has a lot of deep fake in it. What are you doing to protect us, protect yourself? So here's the answer to that. Any industry that has a lot of money by default attracts a lot of fraud. Let me say this again. Any industry that attracts a lot of money by default attracts a lot of fraud. I don't know who you bank with. If you bank with one of the top 20 banks in the world, pick a bank you bank with, or you use payment processing companies like PayPal, these companies see a lot of fraud every day, from fraudsters mimicking their website to mimicking their email addresses, and in cases like mine, once a year or twice a year, some idiot, excuse my language, decides to copy my picture on social media, tries to create a fake profile of me, and goes on social media selling scammy transactions. Now, we have the technology and the resources to catch that, usually within 72 hours of that happening, and then cause legal action against that fraudster. We have the financial resources, thank God, to do that today, but that's just the nature of this industry. So what we do to protect ourselves is we never solicit on social media anything, nor do we solicit in general. We offer a lot of educational materials, but we don't solicit. You'll never see me or any of my associates on any social media trying to sell anything, ever. Second, all transactions that we do, money always has to go through a reputable law firm. All transactions we do, money always has to go to a reputable law firm. We never ask the client to send us money or anything like that. Now, I do want to take a minute and talk a little bit about my competitors. In the United States, in the US alone, US has 3% of the world's population, and they have over 60% of the world's lawyers. In the United States, that's a fact, have 3% of the world's population and over 60% of the world's lawyers. I have a lot of legitimate competitors in the United States and around the world that unfortunately have been sued for wrongful things that other people have done. There's a lot of negative stuff on social media or websites about some of my legitimate competitors. And I want to tell you that a lot of my competitors are legitimate. They're hardworking people. I know them. They deliver real results. And unfortunately, they have negative comments or fraud or even losses against them. The reason within Altfunds Global doesn't have a lawsuit against it, or me, Taimour Zaman, don't have a lawsuit against me, or people on social media saying that we're fraudsters or something like that, is simply because of my lack of vision. Every company you deal with, every major company you deal with, whether it's the cars you drive, Ford, Lexus, I don't know, GM, or Facebook, Google, YouTube, whatever you use, or medicine you have, like Taimour, all of these companies have lawsuits against them. A lot of the companies you work with have litigations against them as just part of the growth. At some point, the business needs to grow exponentially, and that's when you have to see lawsuits as just the nature of the business growing. The fact that we don't have it is because of my lack of vision as the CEO and like trying to bark a tree like that. Now, I see that changing as we buy businesses that have other CEOs, as we grow, we have over 800 registered brokers with us. As that number grows, it's not normal for our business to continue growing without some idiot calling us fraudster, some idiot trying to sue us, or something like that. If you want to take advantage of the alternative funding industry, I'm going to tell you this is an industry I love. I'm going to tell you this is an industry that I've made a lot of money with. I'm going to tell you this is an industry I've helped a lot of clients make a lot of money with, friends and family make a lot of money with. And if this is an industry you want to get involved in, I recommend meeting the people you want to do business with, like physically flying out to meeting them. If you can afford to hire an investigator, we use a lot of former FBI, former CIA people. These are people you can hire to do background checks. It's not only do these people have lawsuits or not, or other losers calling them fraudsters or not. I'm telling you, a lot of my competitors are really good people, and they're not fraudsters. So do your own due diligence, listen to your intuition. We're really interested in working with some really good people that are vision-driven entrepreneurs that really want to serve the world, and I think we have some things that are really amazing to offer. Another question I get is, Taimour, we love all the services of Altfunds Global. What are the top 3 services you offer that we should really seriously think about, call you or your organization and get you guys involved? But my favorite service, the one that makes a lot of sense, is the trusted advisory service. This is when we become your chief banking officer. We work with your CFO, your legal team, the CEO, the COO. We look at where your organization is, where you want it to be. We look at banking programs that make sense for your type of business, that are proven and would work to generate access to alternative revenue sources for your business that makes sense. From that, we then create offshore tax structures, offshore bank accounts, offshore bank licenses for your organization, so the revenue that gets generated has a channel to go to that is well protected. We have a lot of domain expertise that I do not share ever on YouTube. It's not like a lawyer who's like, go create a trust account and cooks out it. We don't do. We do some very sophisticated stuff that I'm very proud of. That's our intellectual property. And so the trusted advisory services, where we become a trusted advisor, is one of the things that I would recommend everybody to look at. It's a monthly retainer, you pay for it, but let me tell you, for every penny you put in to that, you get tens of dollars out of it. And I think you're not going to get this amount of expertise dedicated to your business. So that's something I would recommend you to think about and sign up for. Second one is, if you're looking for access to capital, we have a lot of unique programs like Rent a Rich Uncle that we can support your organization as long as your organization is a successful business and not a startup, not somebody who's going bankrupt. It's a successful business that has real cash, real assets, and is generating something real, that's real growth. I think we have some avenues for accessing capital that others simply cannot offer. And the final one that I love is we have a lot of asset management structures that are very unique to our intellectual property that I love to share with you. If you have assets, you want to grow, you want to get a bank license, you want to set up a trust, you want to work with multiple central banks, do some really cool stuff. I think I'm the only weirdest person that has real expertise and experience in doing this stuff. And so my name is Taimour Zaman from Altfunds Global. Thank you for following us up on YouTube. If you're doing that, thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting my team. And on behalf of my team, I just really want to say thank you. And we look forward to the opportunity of serving you.